Let's do
action.
this.
I want one of those things that they use in Hollywood.
Yeah, can we get that, producer?
Yeah, we'll get on it.
Let's work on that.
All right, night number 2 of the Peter Murphy Classic. Tonight we race in Hanford, California, and it's only 1 o'clock. I think we were still at Tulare last night at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. But we've been eating and chatting for a long time.
Yeah,
It's
race
been...
just got over about 11:30 tonight. Not too bad, not too good. I think 10:30 would be the
Yeah, they had a lot of special events today. Like opening ceremonies was a lot
Pageantry.
of fun.
How
Pageantry.
was opening ceremonies? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, where was Andy? Were you getting lucky in the motorhome?
Well, I was at the motorhome, yes, and well, you know what? Let's rewind. I had a rough night tonight. So last night,
Yeah, how embarrassing was your hot lap?
Last night at Tulare, the 410s went first, and the 360s went second. They said tomorrow at Hanford we're gonna flip flop it. So I didn't pay attention. I didn't care. 360s are first all night. So we get done packing. I hear a hot lap session. I'm in heat 3. I'm going to be in hot lap group 3. Time to get in the car and go hot lap. Get up there, and they're all 410s up there. And I'm looking around. I see Bud, and I see Chase in the 24. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So Boop gets off the quad, and I'm like, you know, what the hell? He goes, well, the sheet said the 410s were hot lapping and qualifying first. So, well, why the hell didn't you tell me that? He goes, well, you got in the car. I thought you wanted to go up here. So, yeah, I was suited up, buckled up, helmet on, straps on, ready to rock.
It just proves that he was racing with a 410 all weekend.
Oh, man, it just proves I should pay a little more attention.
Hey,
My receiver didn't work again tonight either. I was on the wrong damn channel.
No scales. Oh, yeah, so that nobody said anything about the channel. I came up, looked to the board after the pit meeting had already taken place, and like looked around, and I said, man, I don't see anybody. Asked Ed. He's all, yeah, it's default channel. I'm like, well, thanks for telling us. Yeah, that was different than yesterday.
Yeah, I asked Bubba DeCaris, hey, what channel are we on? He goes, I think it's the same as last night. I'm like, okay, whatever that was, 1288.
And nobody's talking to you.
I get really uncomfortable when my receiver doesn't work now. I mean, I raced for a long time with no receiver, and that's just the way it was. But man, when mine doesn't work now, I get kind of panicky. I like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we were both in the same group.
Yeah. That's never fun.
Obviously, it was the toughest group of the night.
I think it was.
Probably tougher than an outlaw field.
It did have overall quick time in it, so there you go.
There you go.
Well, I was overall
And it
quick
was not
time
me.
last night. That didn't mean nothing. So I was third overall after hot laps, and I was in group 3. So I mean, we clocked in pretty good. So I went out to set the world on fire in qualifying.
Did you set the world on fire?
Let me tell you something. 4 tires over the cushion, all 4 turns.
Ooh.
Doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work.
No, it might look cool.
He didn't set anything on fire then.
No, we were 7th out of 10.
Darn it.
Yeah.
You would.
Sucked. What were you?
We were 4th out of 10.
Oh, so last year you would have been on the front row, but the new format, you're in row, what, 2?
Row 2, yeah.
But if this was an outlaw show and they ran your invert, he would have gone to the front row because they would have recrossed when somebody was missing.
Oh, yeah, so Tony Gomes got sick and didn't even race, so that helped my cause.
Yeah, he was 3rd in our group. Supposed to start front row outside, didn't show up, so that row got to move, which was not my row.
Not my row
Or
either.
your row.
Damn it. Tony, next time you're going to get sick and leave, at least be in my row.
Hope you're okay, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we hope you're okay. I was kind of all over you in the heat race. I don't know, did your rearview mirror or your radio guy tell you? Did your spotter tell you?
No, I was
92's
dealing
coming.
with a guy kind of...
Let's see. Don't tell me who it was. I remember who it was. I can't remember. Tell me.
121.
Oh, okay, yeah. One of the numerous Tarleton cars.
Right.
Lisa's got a 1 on, and I can't ever tell that other one apart from Vicento.
Yeah, the 21X or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was busy dealing with him. Thought I was going to get him on the bottom, showed up my nose, then he took over the bottom, then moved back to the top, and I thought I was going to get him, so... Yeah, were you ripping the top?
No, I was just kind of following you.
but faster.
I wouldn't say I was faster, but after on the cool down lap, I rolled the top of 1 and 2, and I thought to myself, "Damn, why didn't I go up there sooner?"
Yeah.
Because one position in the heat race is
2 rows.
pretty helpful in the feature. Yeah,
Essentially 2 rows.
yeah. So it does make a bit of a difference. Yeah, you pass one car in a heat, and it gains you 4 spots in the A.
Right.
So
Maybe.
maybe. Why is it maybe?
Because it goes back to times.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
you
had a
don't know.
shit time, so maybe I would have lost the spot by passing.
So you could have been the fastest of the 5th place cars,
You
but
might
the
only gain a
slowest
row.
of the 4th place cars,
Right.
and you
Well-
move up 1 spot.
7th quick in our group would have been 4th quick in the next group.
I
So-
know. Yeah.
I don't like this group qualifying. You know, it just
Oh,
totally
stop
it
it.
totally makes
Stop
sense.
it.
It totally makes sense, but I just don't. I don't know. I guess I'm old school. I want to just qualify against everybody.
And,
It make-
and
No,
invert
I-
6.
Well, I mean, we can talk about the invert, but I mean later. But
Well, you want it old school.
no, I just for some reason I just enjoy going
Yeah.
against everybody. It's just weird to me that we're qualifying against 8 or 9 or 10 people. But-
Yeah. It's a different feel for sure.
Yeah.
But
What do you think the
it's
purpose
a pretty.
is?
To make it
keep
fair.
it fair, and it.
It makes a ton of sense.
Yes.
And I mean, I'll give it a 100% props that it makes a ton of sense. I just don't like it. There.
It's just a different feel. Yeah.
Like
I
math
get
makes
it.
sense, right? 2 plus 2 is 4, but I don't like math.
But how does it keep it fair?
Because you're only qualifying against 8 or 9 or 10 cars and the
Because
track's
the
not
main
changing.
thing, the main complaint about qualifying is, oh, I went out early and the track was crappy. Well, if you go out
40
early
cars
with,
tonight.
yeah, if you
The
go out
first car to
early
the
with
40th
your
car.
10 cars, the track's going to be very somewhat similar for all those 10 cars. So it makes it more fair that way.
It is really the best thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. But I also agree that it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So feature time comes around.
I started 15th.
You're way up there.
But I was given flashbacks from your stories from a couple nights ago. Like, yeah, I won here from starting 18th or starting 17th. I'm
Those were
all
the
right.
days.
It can happen. Let's do this. It didn't.
And then
it
you
didn't
made a half a lap and you talked yourself out of it, huh?
Yeah.
This ain't gonna work.
Uh oh. Yeah, I did go backwards the first lap.
You know what was funny is the track looked pretty good for our feature,
Yeah.
and then we start running through the infield, up on the infield, and it just got so dirty,
Yeah.
just so much dirt.
Yeah. But it was still racy. Like, I just watched the highlight video of everything because, yeah, it's funny. Andy comes here afterwards while we're eating dinner, and he's like, "So where were the leaders running?" Because that's always my question too. I'm like,
Where
so
should I
I
have been?
know, yeah, I know where I was running and where I felt the best, but was that the main line for the actual fast guys? So I think I was in the right line, and essentially,
I
looked like-
wasn't.
No, you weren't.
I went up
You
there
couldn't
one
go
time
up
and
top.
almost spun out, and I said, never mind, I'm not going up there anymore.
Man, you used to be Mr. Excitement, selling T-shirts up in the High Line. What happened to that guy?
He got old.
Oh, poor guy.
I just don't have the feel for this place anymore. This place in Clare, you know, I used to come down here quite a bit in the early to mid 2000s, and it was like second nature. Now I'm making mistakes, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and you know, I'll figure this all out on the drive home tomorrow. Be like, oh yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
need to do, and I should have done this, I should have done that, and then when I come back down in a year, I'll forget all about that. It's like the infield. I told Tom, my crew chief, I'm like, damn it, I knew that infield was going to be a dirty mess because it's like that every time here. It's going to dirty the track up and kind of make it crumbly, and you know, maybe we should have snugged the car up some more, but
It is interesting. I do feel more comfortable here, I guess you could say, but yet for qualifying, I don't. So I have, like, over the last couple of years, the times I run Tulare and run Hanford, I've been qualifying better in Tulare and not so much here, even though by race time I feel more comfortable, like,
Really?
yeah, during the race here. So I don't know what my problem is.
Do you know the size difference of these two tracks?
compared to what?
I was
Tulare.
just
Hanford and
trying to
Tulare.
look
Well,
at the
pretty close. I mean, I would
yeah,
think.
close,
Because
but
this one, just looking at it, looks way bigger, but I think it's because it has no walls.
I think it is bigger though. I think time.
But it looks way bigger.
We run a little bit taller gear here than we do at Tulare, and I think that's a little bit because of Tulare's turns are quite a bit tighter. You don't carry as much speed, so you need to kind of get lower gear getting off the turn at Tulare. But they're pretty close.
JJ Hickle, we missed you, dude. Come
I
back.
don't. He was beating us. I don't miss him one bit.
All right, fine. Stay back there.
You know, that was insane. That race he won here was it last
Yeah.
February or March when
Yeah.
the track was heavier than shit, and he just drove around everybody
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
freaking stud.
That was
That
fun
was
to watch.
great.
It was impressive.
But you couldn't pass, right? Because track was too fast.
Right.
Couldn't
No.
pass.
Yep.
Hickle did. So, okay, an interesting point was brought up to me today by a very, very wise individual that we both know, and it has to do with. No, definitely wasn't you, Lisa. How the IMCA divisions make you declare, okay, I'm an A mod guy, I'm a B mod guy, and you
Oh.
can't drive another division.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it goes back to my opinion on the SCCT dual NARC race. How it's a little bit too much, I think. It's a big show. Like, we went to 11:30 tonight. We went past midnight last night. It's just a lot of freaking race cars, a lot of sprint cars. Should there be something to be said about having a driver declare? What do you think about that?
And well, that's interesting because like in NASCAR, didn't they kind of? Because for a long time, it was all the top guys were going down to Xfinity and just
Let's call it. It was the Busch Series. It was
at that point.
Yeah, it
at
was
that
the Busch
time,
Series.
yes, and just like cleaning house.
Yeah.
Week after week, and finally they kind of said, "We need to stop doing this. We need the Xfinity or the Busch Series to be their own drivers, have their own like the young
Their own
guys basically,
championship.
yeah, going for the championship." So there is something I guess to be said about that, but man, I don't know. Like it's weird for me coming from the go-karts because when I was first started racing go-karts, there was like a box stock. At the time, it was 125, now 250, and open. We had 3 divisions. Then they kind of started with an open intermediate, so a transition for the 125, 250 cars to kind of get acclimated to the opens before they got thrown into the wolves, basically. Now there's a sportsman class that kind of
Isn't that for the old timers?
it's for like it was originally made for kind of the heavier guys and the older guys.
They
who-
used to call it the sumo class. Was it ever called that?
no,
Oh,
no.
You might have called it
You
that.
might have called it that. Me.
I know. I thought I heard of a go-kart class called the sumo class.
No.
And now there's beginner box and box.
But it's interesting to me because how I grew up, it was only open. So in my like narrow mind, like that's the vision I'm running in. Like I'm not, but now you have guys running both open and sportsman on
Really?
the same night. Guys running open intermediate and open same night. So it's like
Did they do it in the same cart?
yes.
That's interesting.
So Cyclan, that's Lowell. He's a motorcycle guy. So how motorcycle races always worked is like you show up and like, okay, what class can I run today? Okay, I'm gonna be beginner 250, but then now also old timer 250.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like they have tons of divisions in motorcycle racing, like typical. So it's a different like how you think the races should be kind of run. But I don't know. I like being able to choose. I like doing double duty. Like when we had the opportunity to do double duty last year when I was in the 83V, like I loved being able to run
Yeah.
410 and 360. So
I just
don't know.
it makes me wonder about our situation in California with the 410s. Like, we've got a massive problem with the 410s not being the premier class.
yeah,
The 410s should be the shit.
yeah,
And the 360s progressively have inched. You know, it used to be like a real big separation when the 360s were brought into California, Northern California. Those were the slap dicks, the broke dicks that just wanted to go race a sprint car, but weren't gonna go 410 racing. The cool guys were racing NARC, Brent Kading, Tim Green, Jimmy Sills, all the studs.
Yeah.
Now, it's like they're just neck and neck. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do we do to get it, to separate it, and make the ballers that are racing 360s step their game up and go 410 racing?
Yeah.
And maybe making them declare one or the other is how you do that. I don't know. I'm not saying that's right, but
Right.
I just feel like throwing more money at these 410 purses doesn't seem to be working, because there's still a lot of big teams racing 360s because they want to race.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. We say it's about the money. Racers are always going to say it's about the money. It's
Right.
never about the money.
Yeah.
We raced all year in 2020 for 50% purses because we wanted to race.
Yeah. We're
Every
so-
Wednesday
we're
night,
so
we were at
dumb.
Marysville racing for $750.
We're so dumb.
We are dumb. I've always said racers are really not that smart. But so let's see, what else is there to talk about? Nothing.
Woodhouse
Oh.
gave an explanation. See if I
Oh,
can find
we
it.
know Woodhouse.
Oh.
This place is bigger. We already told everybody that. I saw what he wrote.
He had a description though. Straights are longer at Tulare, but more corner here.
No shit, that's exactly what I said.
Overall, Hanford is bigger.
That's exactly what we said. We know what we're talking about. We're professional race car drivers.
Yeah. Piece of cake.
Sheesh.
We get it. We feel it in our butts.
Let me tell you, it's just way too big. It's way bigger than Placerville, my home little safe place.
Yeah.
Okay, Candace and I were talking about this earlier. It was weird, like 10 to 15 years ago, to show up at a track and it go rubber down, right? Wasn't it kind of weird? And now you just almost assume that every
Yeah.
track you go to is probably going to go rubber down. Like, what happened?
The first time I ever raced on a rubber down racetrack was 1998, Fall Nationals. We rained out on Saturday. We had to come and run on a Sunday.
So stupid.
And that, I'm like, the tires are chattering. So if you've never driven a sprint car, and when the track takes rubber, it chatters. I mean, it's like, and it's like, shakes your eyes out of your head if it's really going good. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it was taking rubber. So my first sensation was 24 years ago on rubber. It didn't happen that much, and it has progressively gotten different. That was the MC3, the McCrary MC3.
You talk about the tracks back then, though. Most of them were pretty super juiced up and locked
Juiced
down.
up, yeah, because the old guys like juiced up racetracks.
I think the racing's better now, though, when the track gets slick. I think.
you're an idiot.
See, that's the problem. Like I do.
You're a cycling kid. I don't expect anything else out of your mouth. I want it slick and smooth.
Well, man, when it's slick off, like the track gets wider. You got more grooves to race, like more room to run. The problem is when it's slick, now you're on the borderline of it going rubber down. So pick your poison. I don't know.
You're right. I will admit. I mean, when the tracks are fast, everybody's kind of going around there at the same speed, and everybody's like, "Oh, it needs to be slicker. It needs to be slicker."
Did you say I was right?
Kind of right.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
when it gets slick, then it rubbers up. So how do you keep it from rubbering up? You go out and farm it 3 times a night,
Right.
and you race till midnight. So it's a slippery slope.
Yep.
So why do we take rubber now? There's a few reasons why. They don't want the track juiced up, so we don't start as wet as they used to. The tires have changed a little bit, and we're just harder on shit than we were 20 years ago. I mean, these cars make so much power, they make so much downforce. It's just things have evolved,
Yeah.
and every action's got a reaction.
Jeez.
Cohen applauds you for not cherry picking tonight. Good job.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was cherry picking at Marysville, like everybody likes to say I do, they got done at 9:30 tonight.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's good for Marysville. Dang.
I guess, according to Troy, they've been having some actual decent races there.
Yeah.
And tonight he said there was 8 lead changes,
Wow.
Cool.
and they were
won?
done by 9:30. William Fielding brought his own car out after like a year and a half off. He'd been driving Jim Richardson's car, and
Is that the 3?
3F, yeah. Well, there's the Ted Finkeminer 3F,
Right.
and then there's William Fielding, the 3F at Marysville. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I enjoy Marysville. I don't like it when people say, I mean, a lot of people joke with me, but there are some peckernecks out there that really say that we're cherry picking, and I like Marysville because I think it's like legit 360 racing. It's local guys working.
It's 10 minutes from your house.
It's close to the house. We can sit there and BS and still be home at midnight. It's just, I enjoy it.
Except for the night I beat you from Bakersfield.
Right, except when he got home before you from Bakersfield.
Hey, they can drag a show on too. I think that was Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was our Halloween
Yeah.
show. What the hell happened that night?
I mean, you won.
No, there was the
Well, I'm-
Halloween candy and the wreck.
Well, we did do the Halloween thing on the front
There's
stretch,
like
but there was a
6
reason why we
divisions or
started
something?
so
I don't
late.
know.
Did we get a little rain? I can't remember, but yeah, it was bad. Anyways, when are we coming to Petaluma? When does the Sprint Car Tour go to Petaluma?
I was supposed to go there next week, but that's not happening.
Yeah, Sean had a 410 ride lined up, but it blew up last week, so he ain't going in
Yeah.
there. You could go probably walk the track at Chico and find some of those motor parts.
Okay.
I heard that they left the oil pan area.
Oh no.
Yeah. What happened fun tonight? Let's
They
talk
put
some
them-
smack about something.
What happened fun tonight?
Yeah, like who did anybody do anything stupid?
There was a lot of crashes, actually, right? Or there was a lot
Did
of
you see
things
the
that
highlight for
happened
the
in the
battle for the
410s.
lead in the 410?
No, it's funny. I was walking back from the pits to the motorhome. I guess when all that was happening, I didn't even know that. It was funny. I actually reported, hey, this is what was going on tonight, and I looked at the scoreboard. I'm like, yeah, it's Corey Day and Justin Sanders, first and second, and it was during that caution. And then by the time I got over here, where the hell's Corey Day and Justin Sanders at? Where'd they go? I gave some false news, fake news.
You said your receiver didn't work all night?
No, I figured it out
You
once
had
I
the wrong
went.
channel.
Once I went and asked.
So did they say anything about that red?
On our main event?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was the red for?
Well, it was Faria.
Did he
spun.
flip?
No.
He spun.
So
Yeah, because we got going really quickly after that.
They pushed him off, and then they had to tell him to get off the track. I'm like, well, was he the red? Why are you telling him to get off the
well,
track?
that was his second. But so you guys all went, and then I just saw a car real slow kind of go off turn 1, and I'm like, dang, because that was your guys' second restart, right? For that.
I think so.
So that was the second time trying to get that race going again. Well, what just happened? And then it was like red flag, and I'm like, well, where? And then we're watching out here on Flow, and we're 3.5 minutes behind.
I
so.
feel like we went over our 25 minutes.
You did.
Well,
Was that what they gave you?
they said 30 laps or 25 minutes. The dictator said that on the receiver. So I'm kind of curious what place I was in at minute 25 because I might have been further up the field.
No.
I'm gonna protest.
You were
No, you
loaded
weren't.
with
I'm gonna rewatch Flow. I'm gonna time it, and I'm
No,
gonna
I
see
think-
what position I was in.
So I think because you guys went you guys went for a long time,
The
right?
road was late.
It wasn't until that lap 5 restart, because you went single file,
Hi. No, the red
and
was
you
late.
tried it twice.
The red was later in the race.
I just felt like we had gone 25 minutes, and boom.
But that was 20 minutes at that point when you guys
Well,
restarted.
let me ask you this.
Oh, Kimmy, it was 26 minutes long. The race was 26 minutes.
Cammy,
Well, there you go.
what place was I in at minute 25?
We were going green on lap 25.
Then
or
we need to
like
check
at minute
it and
25.
score
So
from there.
Stop it.
I don't think that would help you.
Hey, I don't think Cammy. Did you give me my check tonight, Cammy? You know us racers, we gotta have our money
You
after the
booked-
races.
You booked it out of here real quick.
Moderately outlaw style. I think that's the fastest the 92 ever got loaded up. Mike and Boo wanted to get out of town.
The Bumgarners were, because
Did we beat you?
You guys were mentioning how fast they were getting all loaded up yesterday, and then, but we weren't loaded up yet, and we looked over, and your trailer door's already shut. It's like, oh,
We
they're ready
tried.
to get out.
Tammy said you left.
All right, just mail it. I'll tell you what.
How many checks, Cammy? How many checks did you hand out tonight?
To the check? How many people got their checks?
Dude, you were at the pizza.
Zero.
You were at the pizza party, man. Everybody wanted to get paid after the races.
And now everybody's leaving.
Nobody cares.
Soon as
God, I'll never
possible.
forget that. Poor Scott and Cammy. Let's see.
PJ said no sign of 92.
Oh yeah, so PJ Peterson's on his way home, and I told him to try to catch my rig and
Yeah.
Probably 13.
swerve a
He
boo to wake
passed
him
yours.
up. Hey, so are
Probably
you
13 came and got checks
Are you rate? Okay, 13
out of.
40.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
You got any plan? What are you doing next weekend?
Racing Cycleland.
What?
Yeah.
Cycleland?
Yeah.
You got no other options.
No, I was gonna.
None
do,
at all.
I was gonna do Petaluma.
You got no plans to go to Placerville?
No.
Jeez.
He was supposed to be in Petaluma.
So plans change. You know, we were talking to the promoter here a few minutes ago, and he says sometimes you got to adapt or die. So you're telling me there's no options next Saturday for you to race at Placerville?
I don't think so.
He's making you say it.
I'm not making him do anything.
What are the options?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Any offers?
Yeah. Did anyone call you today, Sean?
Not that I. No.
Nobody called him.
No, he told me.
Not
I didn't.
today.
I didn't talk to anybody on the phone.
Any messages?
I'm not sure.
I know I will be
The reception here is really bad.
at Placerville next Saturday, or it's this Saturday now,
He's sweating.
in my car. And I'll just tell you one thing that's nice about you driving your own car
I'm really tired.
is you don't get fired out of your own car. Sometimes drivers get fired, and other drivers get hired.
Well, Mondays have been kind of interesting for us this
Yeah,
year.
it's
So
late. Gosh. That's my bedtime.
So, no comment.
No.
Okay.
You gonna come to Cycleland? You want to race
Hell no, I'm
Cycleland?
not going to Cycleland. It's too hot now.
Yeah.
What's the long-term forecast? I went to work. Oh, Bobby Gerald nailed it. Wow.
What did Bobby say?
Oh wait, nah, shoot, I screwed it up. I forgot other people can read that, huh? Damn it. My bad. Can you delete that?
Hey,
It's on the internet.
are you an editor too? Producer?
Yeah, you brag about being a
editor?
producer. You better edit that
can
shit
I
out.
edit what? You're still talking. Just move
Yeah.
on.
Can you delete the comment though?
I'm not deleting Bobby.
Can we
Poor
delete
Bobby.
anything Andy said?
Yeah, don't believe anything I say. Anyways, back to what I was saying.
How about these gnomes?
There was frost on the ground when I went to work this week, and then I come
Yeah.
down here. I'm not ready for this weather yet.
Yeah.
Woo.
There was
But
a
it's only
breeze
May,
though.
man.
Man, I'm
Like,
this.
it was-
I
it's
call
good.
it fire suit weather. You know, when it's nice and cold and everybody's in their jackets and freezing their ass off, and you're walking around in your fire suit all toasty. Yeah, the night wasn't that night.
But you're in a sweatshirt.
Now
There
it's
have been,
nice.
but there's been lots of times we've come down here and at 1:00 in the morning, you're still sweating from the day.
You know.
I was sweating today. But all right, so PJ, let's ask PJ. Where are you at, PJ? He told us he wanted us to help him get home tonight.
I'm guessing he's Stockton.
Stockton,
Stockton already?
going by the
We-
Nassetti capital.
We were eating pretty.
We ate for a long time.
Yeah, and chatting.
You ate for a long time.
Andy always eats. For
How
a
many
long
bowls
time.
of ice cream?
I think
Half a
I-
tub.
I pretty much ate that whole tub. I don't think too many people got access to that ice cream. Oh, he's in Ripon.
Ripping, damn near close to Stockton.
So he's
Yeah.
still got an hour and 20 minutes to get back to Folsom?
When I was driving down here, on
10
a-
and 10 and 2, PJ.
I don't know. At 10 and 2 is not the thing
Oh,
anymore.
it's
5 and 7.
5 and 7, PJ.
That's what they teach you.
Stop looking at Andy.
I drive
Look
with
at the
my
road.
knees, and that way you can text with both hands.
He does. He really does.
Uh-oh. Other people are turning in that might know details.
Oh, shoot.
You said too much. You already said too much.
I said
He said nothing.
nothing. I'm not talking to anybody.
So
Good night.
Gary announced you sort of as the points leader. He like took
What?
everybody out in front of you.
Essentially.
He
Well,
said
yeah.
Golubeck's not running the full series, Sanders isn't running the full series, Shark's not running the full series, and 75 didn't run tonight, basically. So Andy kind of took over the points lead. Not really,
Well,
but
let's just say this. I'm not leading points.
Don't come to even sort of
I could
what?
retire and not even race any more of these Sprint Car Tour races.
I could fire my
Come to Marvin Smith. That'll be fun.
I do miss going to Cottage Grove.
How
That
many
was
times did
a
you
good
race
time.
up there?
Been up there a handful of times.
Because you've only been up there the one time, right? And it was like crazy heavy.
It was a fun track. You
was
would have liked
hooked
it.
up.
Well, Brian Crockett sent me a text of the track that night and says you should be here.
I
Yeah.
didn't even go in the pits because I said there's no way you're getting this race in. It's going to rain out. So I was waiting for them to call it.
I was wondering, like, how cool is it for Brian Crockett to be coming to Placerville quite a bit with Tanner and
He's
stuff?
supposed to race at Legends Night too. He's got to bring his car down and
Yay,
race.
Brian, let's do this. That's fun.
I don't.
The greatest, like, maybe next to you to run Placerville?
No, he's the greatest.
Is he?
Yeah, oh yeah, not next to me because he won in the limited carbureted modifieds. He won 360s and 410s,
Yeah.
and I've just won 360 races there
And a truck race.
and a mini truck race. But Brian used to do it. He used to do double duty every night because they used to run the limited modifieds and the 410s on the same night.
Oh, wow.
And he won a lot of races from the back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the night he comes and races with us. And he knows he's not really up to speed, but he's got a car that he does race at Cottage Grove.
That's
Sometimes
fun.
they have a veteran class or something, 50 and above type of thing.
Like, we were talking about our heroes, and, like, my dad, he was my hero, but when we'd race Chico, like, Danny Burton was always there, Greg DeCaris. So, like, okay, if my dad gets third today, like,
Uh-huh.
I'm happy. Like, he did awesome. But then sometimes Brian Crockett would show up, and like, okay, if my dad gets fourth today, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good night. So, yeah, he was always fun to watch back in the day. I
Well,
never did see him at Placerville, though.
no, he was the man there.
Is he the all-time leader, or are you now?
Well, no, I've won
For sprint cars.
I've won way more 360 races than him, but I think if you combine his modified races, his 410 and 360 races, I think it's like over 100.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, no, he used to win all the time. He'd win 2 main events in a night. I mean, he'd win 20 races in a year sometimes.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if Brian was watching. He could tell us his stats. I feel like he told me, and I don't want to overstate it, but he might have said like 130-ish.
Dang.
Because I want to say his career win total was in like the 170 range. And so, 130-ish of those were at Placerville. So
Wow.
he still won,
Bradley probably did
40-ish
this.
races at other tracks around, Northern California. So, yeah, Crockett was the man.
Candace, did you say where you got Sean and Andy?
Yeah, Lori Burgess, her little card's actually on. They're from Oregon.
You got them in Oregon?
Well, no, they're my friends from Oregon. They raced. They came up Silver Cup, and I asked her to make them for me.
I
and
call
she
them
did.
trolls. They're not trolls. They're gnomes.
Gnomes.
No.
I call him dumb.
So
This
Marnie
crap
said,
my daughter,
good job.
Candace has to have.
my daughter named these Sean and Andy, and Lisa said, so which one's which? She looked at it and she said, this one's kind of a lot, so that's Andy.
I'm a lot.
There's a lot going on
There's
here.
a lot going on here. That's Andy.
Anthony Philippich, have I talked to your uncle lately? If by lately you mean today, yes. I talked to Flory. So Flory Philippich, the owner of the Family Auto Service 98X
Iconic.
that you and I both drove for.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you were so impressed on how fast I was in that car when you
I
got in it and you
know.
sucked in it.
I know. I was embarrassed because, like, this guy's winning races with it left and right, and then how come you stopped racing for them?
Because I got tired of driving to Hanford and Tulare.
Yeah.
I ran to 2.5, 3 years of NARC Golden State, and I was like, this sucks ass, man. These trips down here, and I'm not a professional racer, right? I like to go to the track to have fun, and like some people might go to dinner. Like, let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
You want to go out to dinner? Do you want to drive 4 hours to go out to dinner, or do you want to go 20 minutes to go out to dinner, right? So I don't like it when people give me shit for not traveling, right?
Yeah.
Next time you want to go out to eat with your wife, drive 4 hours and then get back to me and tell me how much fun it was. So basically, that's why I got tired of running for the Family Auto
All right.
Service, was just because I got tired of, we were running Santa Maria a couple times a year, we were down in Hanford, Tulare, I think we were running Bakersfield a little bit, It just got tiresome. I didn't like it.
Well, they hired me. I didn't run a full season with them, but just kind of sporadically through the year. But I did not perform very well with them, and I loved them to death. They were such great people. We got a 4th in Calistoga, I think. That was the best I ran. But yeah, just struggled, and I'm like, how did Andy do so good in this car? Andy must be God.
A really good
He's
driver.
Iconic.
Well, yeah. Well, I finally
Jeez.
fessed up to you, and I never hit my ass in the car they had you drive either.
Yeah,
It was that frame was sucked ass.
yeah. They got a new frame, and it didn't
No.
work well.
So I put the nail in the coffin. I tried killing myself at Paris and just freaking destroyed that car, and then they never raced it ever again.
I know.
That's the 12 hours of my life I don't remember still.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that was in 06, I think.
We're pretty good at ending car owners' racing
Yeah.
career.
Don't hire us, we'll put you out of business. All right.
You guys don't crash much, but I say like when Sean has crashed, it's like, well, that car's done. Like,
Yeah, did you put Sperry out of business?
save up on
Has
it.
he raced since? Oh, yeah, he does have his specs,
Oh,
right?
yeah. He's been racing spec sprints for a while, but I raced 410s and with him for a while, and I didn't wreck him out of business.
Were you talking about the spec sprint? Did you run him out of business with that?
Yeah,
Because he started basically taking over the Hunt series after that.
I don't think anything happened to that car.
What?
What happened to you?
I think
Whoa.
I think it's up in the rafters
Oh.
still.
They found the batteries in Manteca, I think.
He had. You could see where his helmet had hit the dirt. You were talking about that the other night, and his air vents were completely full of mud, but you could see a little dome in the. Yeah.
It's
All he cared about was his receiver.
pretty amazing how far the body
It's like $100
stretches when you crash, and your head will make contact with the ground. But all right, so apparently you're going to Cycleland next weekend. I'm going to be in Placerville next weekend. Then what? It's Memorial Day.
Then it's Memorial Day.
So
then
here's
you
the-
possibly take over the championship.
Well,
That'll be the time.
cool. It'd be nice if I was like leading points because I was fast, not because every Tom, Dick, and Henry was going somewhere else. But hey, I'll take it. I don't care. Someone's got to win. Might as well be me.
When they write the check at the end of the
The
season,
bank
does it
won't
matter?
ask, hey, where did Shane Golobic and Justin Sanders go? Didn't they kick your ass all year long? I'm like, nope.
I'm gonna talk to all the other drivers and say, don't. If Andy wins, don't go to the banquet.
Banquet for one, please. Boy, that'd be a short banquet.
I'm sure the speech would still be epic. Andy's speeches at the banquets are always great.
Yeah, we're going no matter what.
Every driver should go to the banquets if Andy's involved.
Don't set
just
the
because.
bar so high, because I might just lay a dud one of these times.
Nope, never's happened. Never happened. Always great.
Well, you know what?
Especially if CJ Humphreys is
Oh
involved.
God, CJ tried killing me with that moonshine. I still can't remember what the flavor was, but I mean, I thought it was good. It sounded good. I'm like, this has got to taste like heaven. And I mean, I already screwed
Straight
up
methanol.
the sprint car deal because I ran second at Merced, but other than that, I haven't even finished in the top 10. So wouldn't it be epic if somehow I was able to win the championship and never
With
even
one second place.
Yeah, but I would like to do it without even a top 10.
Kyle
Throw out Merced.
breaks his leg, misses half a year, wins the championship.
Yeah, I mean, let's throw out Merced and let's just see if I can win the championship with a 12th and a 15th and a 14th and
Yeah,
a
we can do
20th.
it.
That'd be
Instead
awesome.
of throw out your worst night like we did Civil
Throw out
War
your
10
best
years
night.
ago, throw out your best night, and then see how your mediocre at your what would be the word mediocrity
Kyle Hurst.
adds up against everybody else.
Kyle Hurst won a couple I think he won 2 and never won a race. I'll one up you, Kyle.
Cammy likes a banquet for one. That
I'll
wouldn't
win.
cost hardly anything.
I'm going to win the championship and never even get a top 10. I'll do that.
Hashtag winning.
Yeah. But I screwed it up. I ran second. God dang it.
Throw that one out.
Dick or Burnell, whichever one it was, didn't pass you. You would've
Well,
won
God
that
dang
thing.
it! Why? I mean, I got to the front run in the middle bottom. Why didn't it work the last 8 laps? Shoot!
It's like the track changed or something.
No, I needed to get up top. It was just time, and I just didn't do it. All right.
Watermelon
That's it.
moonshine must have been what it was.
Was it watermelon moonshine, PJ? Oh, God. Well, Ryan went out for a couple swigs, too, and she's a little tiny little thing. I don't know how it didn't just tip her over, but... Man, that was gnarly. I mean, it kind of gives me the chills just thinking about it. I mean, I think I've already talked about it on here, but, I mean, when I drink and you take shots and stuff, it takes 10, 15 minutes to start feeling it. I was feeling it walking back into the building. I mean, that's how fast... I don't know if that's how a meth head feels. Oh, Mia just went after a stray cat. Better go eat your dog. She just looked like Don Garlett's on my knee, man. I mean, burnout in the water box. All right, well, let's cut this short. I got to go find my dog now.
Short.
She's
Too late.
Let's cut
she's
this long.
chasing the cat
Let's
to
cut this
Fresno.
long.
Cut it shorter than normal. I'm trying to get PJ home. I mean,
Oh, was that what he wanted? He wanted to watch the show all the way home?
Because people do give us a hard time, like, oh, I like listening to it, but it's too long. I know it's something you just gotta, maybe put it on when you're gonna do your workout or your treadmill or when you're driving to Hanford. So, oh, Mia made it back. All right. So she was just looking for a friend. All right. Okay, so that's it. Good luck at Psycholand next week.
Great. Best of luck at Placerville, buddy.
Thank you.
Hope you get a W.
I wonder what's going on next week at Placerville. Is it anything big? Or it'd be just nice. My favorite nights are no B mains, small fields. Not small like 7 cars, but I mean 18 and 21 and 19 of this and just bang out a night. 2.5, 3 hour show.
Yes, every promoter's dream. Low car
Bang
counts.
out a night.
No, I mean it's not like low. I mean you still want to get up in the
it's kids'
60s.
bike night.
Kids bike night.
Ooh.
Oh jeez.
Let's get the drivers to
How
do
many-
a race a lap.
How many hundreds of bikes have been donated? There was one year that it was like we have 97 bikes and
Yeah.
like 48 kids showed up.
Yeah.
Do you go down and help with that when they ask the drivers?
Yeah, I do the flag and stuff.
You hate kids. You don't do it,
Well,
right?
A, I hate kids, and B, I actually hate their parents even more because one year I was supposed to give out second place. They're like, okay, you hand out the first place trophies, you hang on to the second. This guy will do the third. Man, you want to talk about some parents arguing about whose kid got what trophy? I mean, I was just flinging second place trophies out to everybody. We got to the third race, and I was already out of second place trophies. I'm like, you go, okay, yeah, here. No, my kid got second. Okay, here you
I
go.
wasn't even giving out trophies. I just had a fire suit on, but I've had parents come up to me, my kid got second, but he didn't get a trophy.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
it's bad. Oh, man.
I don't know. Like,
So I don't go
good
down.
job, bud.
Second place doesn't get trophies.
I don't go and help anymore just for that reason.
If he'd won it, he would have got a trophy. Tell him to ride faster. You don't hate kids. You tried to help my kids cheat one year.
Oh, I like to make them cheat. Yeah, hell yeah. They won, too.
No,
Didn't she
win the bike
not
race?
my kids.
No, that was
Oh, that was Hennig's kid.
Hennig's kid.
Yeah, I gave her a shove so hard she almost fell off the bike backwards.
I think Allison did fall like sideways when you pushed her. That was
Yeah,
probably
I
on
think
purpose.
it was like
one when he pushed.
on your marks, get set, and I pushed Hennig's daughter, and before they even said go, she crossed the finish line. And she got a first place trophy.
But they were out.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't help pass out the trophies because the parents are vicious. So
Yeah.
Cammie, you're up. You're on your own handing out trophies out.
You're going to show up like you did opening ceremonies tonight.
Yeah, fashionably late. That was cool. The sparkler machine though. Did any
Yeah.
sparks get on you?
No.
How cute
Who
was the girl up
tried to...
close?
Somebody tried to
It's
like
good.
touch it.
Oh really?
Did you not take a picture with her?
He didn't
I
go
was,
up
I
there.
was over here. Gary Thomas called me up and then. Yeah.
He had just left, and then Gary Thomas like, Andy Forsberg, and I'm like, there's no way he made it back over there already.
He says about being fashionably something.
Well, I'm always fashionably late. Bobby Gerald won a bike race at West Capitol.
Ooh,
Bobby, I won
that
in
boy.
Placerville in 1983, I want to say. That
Bobby,
was my first. Does that count on my career win list?
No.
Sure.
I'm at 70 then.
You guys have both won at me. I never did win one at
Did
Chico.
you ever? Did you ride at Chico?
Absolutely.
What happened? Why didn't you win?
I wasn't fast enough.
You're
And
the
we-
wrong way.
They did it right back then. The finish line was the finish line, and like like 5-year-olds were here or whatever, 6, 7. Like I started in the middle like of turn 3 and 4 and basically raced a quarter of a lap. That was cool. Now they keep like stretching the start line and the finish line, and only like one group actually does a whole lap.
Boy, it's a long lap too, man.
Yeah.
On a
Holy
bicycle
crap.
and
My
like
daughter
a
couldn't do it.
wet track.
Like the last year she was eligible for it.
Well, you got to get them a mountain bike at
I
that point.
know,
You got to get
I
them to
know.
shift gears.
Yeah, she had like a cruiser bike or something that wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
And they
you
always go to the bottom.
you reach max speed in like 20 feet, you know, and then you're going that speed for a quarter mile. It just doesn't work.
I know. Rip the top, babe. Come on.
Let's see, Shauna Hogue. She said that she won. Did she win her bike race too?
Hold on. I won my bike race at West Capitol. Boo got 3rd in my race. I got a great push start from my dad.
Hey, the old push start. So I guess I wasn't the first one to do the push. Wow, Shauna, I didn't realize you were a West Capitol kid. That's cool.
Wow.
My mom went into labor with me at West Capitol. Did you know that?
I did, and your dad wasn't there, right?
No,
He stayed and raced.
No. He got fired that night.
Oh.
So here's a funny story about my
Because
dad.
she went into labor?
No, so he was driving for Dale Orth and Orth and Diaz. I don't remember Diaz's first name because I wasn't even born. But so
I wasn't
Yes,
there
you were.
that night,
You were
really.
born that night.
I kind of sort of
not
half-assed
remember?
knew the story. My dad got upside down in the dash and got fired. So not too long ago, I asked my dad for the story. I'm like, how does that work? I mean, how do you get fired? I mean, give me the details. So you got upside down in the dash and got fired. He goes, oh, I didn't get fired after the dash. I'm like, well, I thought you got upside down in the dash and got fired. He goes, yeah, I got upside down in the dash, but then I got upside down in the main event. Then they fired me. And then my mom went into labor.
Super turtle.
Yeah, the Super Turtle was on the gas
Come
that night.
Boy.
So yeah, that was good times at West Capitol.
He's so mad, by the way. He goes, Super Turtle, how did you hear about that? I said, we talked about it on the show last night. Oh my God, he said it on the show.
Yeah, Bobby, I don't know if you watched last night, but my dad's pissed at me for letting out. I don't know, it's not a secret, but I mean that his nickname was the Super Turtle. But
It's the best.
anyhow. All right, PJ, I think you're on your own, buddy.
You got an hour. Less
Roll
than
Yeah,
that.
you're pretty
window
close.
down
Less than that now. He should be
to
close.
see.
Yeah, Boo got the sunflower seeds going. Okay, it's got to be like 1:40. I'm gonna guess right now. It's time for us.
I don't
to
know.
go to bed.
One last thing, though. Cool on Peter Murphy for the benevolent fund money. What he did tonight. Gave it to a little kid who's going through, just found out they
Cerebral palsy and he's
And
got cancer.
cancer.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So,
What's that saying? God only gives you what you can handle. So that must be a tough ass family because that's just brutal.
good on the benevolent fund.
Yeah, I think he said he made about $3,000. So
Yeah.
Nart gets about 1,500, and that family got about 1,500. So that's pretty cool. So I didn't even know they were auctioning stuff off.
Yeah, so I know there was a Donnie Schatz wing panel. They did a helmet, I think. A Peter Murphy tail tank. The tail tank sold for like $650 or something. Your dad said if there was a bladder in it, I would have paid $800.
Complete
Peter
fuel
said,
tanks are
Peter said it had a hole in
expensive.
it. Your dad didn't want that one.
Okay, so good luck at Cycleland. Good luck at Placerville,
Yeah.
and we're gonna camp again in like 3 weeks, right? At Chico? Or do you have a ride for Chico?
June 3rd, 4th.
Yeah, I'll be there in 22.
In the Cookmobile.
Yeah. Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
You gotta
Yeah.
cook everybody's ass that weekend.
Amen,
Wink,
brother.
wink.
No,
You've
wink,
been
wink.
good in that car.
Yeah, that car's fast.
I hope, like,
Probability of Cottage Grove getting rained out.
yeah, Peter was
It's
saying
so
that they're having a ton of rain up there.
I know. So I looked at the weather today because a couple weeks ago got rained out. Brad Bumgarner was hoping to get up there, and they got rained out. So, but I looked at the weather app today, just a week out, and there's only 2 days that was like 30% chance of rain.
Let
so.
me ask you this. So Gary's rattling off all these drivers that aren't going to be around. So let's just say, hypothetically, the Marvin Smith rains out. You can run Stockton. Then
And
are
have
you?
a ride. Did you have a
Yeah,
ride?
I wouldn't have a ride.
He can figure something out. Let's hypothetically, you figure something out. are there any other races in the Sprint Car Challenge Tour scheduled that you
Yes.
are booked?
Gadget, right?
I think
During
Dirt Cup.
Dirt Cup.
Dirt Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this thing is lining up for me then. This is
Everyone
gonna
gets
be
to
great.
throw out a race. Cammy, everyone throws out one race this year.
I'm throwing Merced out.
Andy's throwing out Merced, his best one. We'll throw out
You can pick
one that we don't
whatever
go
one.
to.
Hey, anybody can win a championship and kick ass all year. I dare you to win a championship and suck ass all year.
Well, they say consistency wins championships, right? If you're
Well,
consistently
I'm gonna
outside the top 10 and you win a
consistently suck ass to
championship,
win
that
the
would be
championship.
awesome.
And you know what? There's going to be some people flapping their gums about it, and I'm going to say,
Have you ever won a championship without winning a race for that series?
No.
You have, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe. I think the 2001 Civil War, I didn't win a race that year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I had to have won at least a race during the championship.
I thought there was one that...
I don't think so. Sean wins races all the time.
Not no mo. Long time ago. Let's go night-night.
All right. Sean's tired. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Peter Murphy.
Finish him.